every single artist coming on to Sint Maarten, just keep going. Stick to your artistry. Don't lose sight of who you are and how important the people around you were and will always be. Take accountability for all the actions, whether good or bad. You could fall at any time.
Welcome, Elona. She's an artist whose voice carries both soul and strength. Born in the heart of Sint Maarten, with over a decade of vocal experience.
One of my biggest tracks that touched over 60,000 streams. Once You Was All This, that's a fan favorite. That's the one I performed to all the other when I had the crowd singing over.
Oh, yeah. She's now stepping fully into the spotlight with her debut EP, The Vulnerable Hour.
It's art to be able to express the things that you just soak in over time. Even if they don't have an escape, you are the escape.
Can you maybe unpack one track? What made this part of The Vulnerable Hour?
People, welcome to the SunSide Kingdom Show.
All right, so we getting started. Welcome, Elona.
Welcome, Elona. Elona is here. Elona is finally in the nice studio, the SunSide Kingdom.
I mean, it's amazing that you made it all the way over here, because I know you're based in Sint Maarten. You're now visiting in the Netherlands, and it's quite far away from where we at.
Absolutely.
It was quite a journey getting down here, but we appreciate that you made it all the way down.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
So let's start to unpack. Who is Elona in 2025?
Elona is still the motivated, driven, courageous, determined artist coming straight out to Sint Maarten. Been doing music for a long time, still at it, still remaining focused, committed, consistent. And consistency brought us here right now, sitting here, all the way Holland. Thank God it's not cold.
So earlier in our off camera we had a quite a nice lunch.
Right.
That was also a first for you, I understood, right?
Oh yeah.
First time eating steak? We set the bar high there.
Yeah, we did. Like, that was the best steak that I've, and nobody please knock me for it being the first time that eating steak. Yes. It's now 2025. Yes, guys.
But I mean, your first steak being a YU steak. I was supposed to tell you about that.
Oh yes.
What it is. So we getting a little sidetrack here, but that's okay. But the YU steak, the process, or at least what I understood, is that the cows, they get massaged. Wow. They listen to Mozart and all type of stuff. So they're in a whole Zen state before they get slaughtered.
Before they die.
Before they die, yeah. so that supposedly does make the texture and the thing of the meat a way higher grade and quality.
Interesting.
Yeah. So your first introduction to steak was
Mozart steak.
Mozart steak. You see, music, without us even knowing, it connects.
That is crazy. But yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, awesome.
It was amazing. The bar is set.
So tell us about some of the biggest achievements in the career so far.
My biggest achievement, first and foremost, I consider all my achievements big, whether big or small, is all a step towards getting where I want to be as an artist. But I would just name a recent one, and it would probably be performing in London. Yes, in King's Cross live.
King's Cross live.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a journey. We saw ourselves there. We took ourselves there, and then we did what we had to do. So that was definitely one of my recent goals that I wanted to accomplish, that I did.
Yeah.
In such a short time too as well, because probably like over 2 months ago that I saw what he was doing. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I want to be there.
I want to do it. So I went and
it happened.
Do it. So giving God thanks for that for sure. But yeah, that would be definitely one of my more
So
recent.
could you unpack a little bit what King's Cross is? Because I don't think everyone in every category of the generations and the people that watch the podcast would know what it is.
You're right. So there's this DJ called DJ AG. His Instagram is DJ AG Online. He does these collective meetups with different artists, and whether big or small. He recently just had Mr. Take It Easy, I Will Do the Work. All those big artists. We had Will Smith, we had Rita over there. Recently just had Lotto, for those who know Lotto, Big Lotto.
Yeah.
So everyone that he could get to come on the platform, they come. They be having the whole place sold out. Sold out. When I say sold out, it's a free.
Packed, yeah.
Yeah, but it be packed and impossible for people to pass. So it's amazing to be able to share such a platform with people like that.
Yeah.
That already came through, stood at that same exact spot and did the same thing. So it's just one step closer to putting myself out there as an artist coming all the way from St. Maarten.
Yeah, awesome. So how did that came to be?
What do you mean?
Well, from Sint Maarten, so you just went to London, just went to the spot and just entered the building?
So, okay. Yeah, okay. So it's our open space. I saw the videos online, so I know exactly where. Actually, didn't really know exactly where in King Cross it was because he's never really precise. But he does send something out letting everybody know that, okay, on this and that day from this and that time, here's where it's going to be.
Okay.
So I went. So what I did when we got there is I went on Instagram, look back at one of the videos to see what was in the background. I was like, oh, okay, so there's a McDonald's at the back. So just search it up and I was like, oh, okay, so let me go to the closest one. When I went, it was okay, this is the exact spot. But I got there in advance because they have a limited amount of artists that could go on. It's the first 10 artists that was, so I get an hour and a half before, and just stayed around the area, took little spins and stuff. But yeah, we was part of the first few, thank God, and we went and we just do the thing. But you gotta have your USB key.
So did they kind of check to see how legit your music was before they put you on the live, or it was just you go on?
Not even. It's a spontaneous thing. We don't know what we're going to expect when this person hit the mic.
Yeah.
I kind of love that too because.
So they also had whack people that came on the mic then other times.
Thank God, not so much.
Okay.
The day that I was there, probably one dude, and when it comes to the cuss words and stuff I remember they on live on TikTok and stuff that too. So they got limit that.
Yeah.
But besides that, no, it was quite a few good people. There's a lot of talented people around there. So to be able to share that space and get an opportunity to even, fit through there and perform was really nice, because you could have cut off and be like, yeah, that's enough for the artist, stuff like that. But it was great.
Once they hear them vocals, and
it was raps, like I said, we just gotta get here. Humbly speaking, we just gotta get here because I know what I'm capable of doing, and I go and I do it. And his words right after I was finished was, you have a bright future ahead of you. So definitely take that with me.
Anybody with a musical ear would acknowledge that, because that's also the first time we met. Was at the Bite the Bullet show in the beginning of this year, and then I had honestly never heard of you, but as soon as you came on and you started singing, I was like, wait a minute, she doing this live right now? This is serious talent. I haven't been shocked and surprised like that with somebody coming out of home in like that in a while. So
thank you.
Pleasantly surprised and definitely was feeling the vibes. And we technically doing a range check here, because we still going to sprinkle in some parts of the previous interview.
That's no problem. He is not letting us go, guys. I wanted to do it over, but he really loved that original one because we shot it in St. Maarten when he came to St. Maarten. So that was nice. It was an adventure in itself.
Yeah. But we had to do the range check to be in a more like this was just before I was leaving everything. So a bit, we had to rush or something. So now we can just chill.
Relax, get everything out, and then we just.
Why you steak in the belly? We chill.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So let's Well, another thing that we spoke about back then was purpose.
Right.
And in terms of purpose, how would you say you feel connected to your purpose in life with what you currently do?
Very connected, I would say. Just to start off, I do feel like there is more in store that I have yet to discover for sure. I do know that I would play a part in helping other artists that also want to do what I did, because I already do that in this place that I am currently.
Mm-hmm.
So I have my own recording studio back home.
Oh yeah?
Yes, I do.
Since when?
Since 2021.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So obviously I have a select few artists that come and record, but I also help and guide in things that I used to do, or the things that I doing. Just help them take those same steps just from what I know. I just share as much knowledge as I could.
Mm-hmm.
Even the good thing about engineering and also being an artist is that it's okay for me to put my input. Like if I hearing stuff that I think that the artist could do this way instead of that way, not completely changing everything around, but just giving, little critiques here and there that you could either take or not. Either way, we still gonna make a great track.
Mm-hmm.
But I just try to help as much as I can, and I feel like I'm doing exactly what I am supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Still learning. Still a learning process every day. Still opening myself to learning new things.
Mm-hmm.
I've been editing my videos for the past couple of years. So the videos that you guys see on YouTube and stuff, all that is me. I edit my people thing as well. So the artists that come and record with me, if they need me to put stuff together, I also do that as well. It's just more and more. I never close off to learning something new in the field that I am in, because it helps. Yeah. It just helps, because being independent is not for the weak. It costs a lot. The more you know, the better, until somebody you could just pass it on, and people willing to take it up and keep pushing. So,
I know quite a bit about that independent journey.
We had a talk, and that ain't no joke.
So I know it is 100% not for the weak. So, so besides just being uber talented, also salute and kudos for keeping up with the independent grind and creating opportunities for others. That in itself also takes a whole other set of energy, focus, and perseverance to make happen.
Absolutely.
So another thing that we actually touched upon is a bit of the money aspect of the independent grind, right? That oftentimes you might be putting in more than you're able to take out of it.
Correct.
But let's put that aside and just imagine this beautiful scenario where money wasn't an issue, where the pockets was full enough to take care of everything that needed to be taken care of, and also some of the wants that you want to take care of, right? What would you be doing exactly? What would a day in the life, week in the life look like for Elona?
Oh, I would be exactly where every artist want to be right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like that's the only thing separating me from being on the stages that I should be on, or being recognized by the people I should be recognized from. I think is really just that. I feel like once that is solved, then everything would flow, because I have the talent. I just don't completely have the means to get where I need to be so that people could hear what they're supposed to hear. Yeah. And it's really the only blockage is money, is financing, is the funding that would take to push all the way. And it's hard when you're doing it all on your own. Don't get me wrong. I'm doing it still, and I'm figuring it out, and I staying committed to figuring it out. So it has to work. That's why I tell myself every day, it's not for the weak at all. You break, you cry, you want to stop, but then you just dust it off. You realize how great you are and all the things that you could accomplish if you just stick to what you're supposed to do. Yeah. And I just keep going. I feel like I would be, exactly where my heart desires
Yeah.
for me to be. But it's going to happen regardless. You know, everything just take time, sometimes longer than others, but as long as you stick to it, stick to what you want to do, it's only a matter of time before we get where we gotta go.
Exactly. So let's tap into to another major accomplishment, your debut EP.
Yeah.
The Vulnerable Hour.
The Vulnerable Hour, guys.
Yeah, so unpack how did this came to be?
It was in 2022, if I'm not mistaken. It was my first trip to the Netherlands. And at the time, my producer that produced this whole EP was living in Amersfoort. So I came, stayed in Rotterdam, and then took a train, went over there. We worked on one track, which is Up to Something Now on the EP. It's called Up to Something. We worked on that track. It was nice. It was a great session. It was just flowing right. And right after that session, we was like, okay, yeah, we're going to do a project. Let's just do a complete like body of work.
Yeah.
And then over the course of the years, we tied it in. He would send tracks. I'll be like, yes, this could work. Create something to it, and then it just get added to it until we completed all 6 songs. I did recently revisit the tracks before releasing them because between then and now, I have grown as an artist. And what's probably new to y'all would still feel old to me, and I needed to feel new to me as well, especially dropping it after so long. So needed to add those little flavors, the ad-libs, some just extra stuff that just took it to the next level before releasing it, and that's what we did. And now we have a 6-track EP called Vulnerable Hour with some raw feelings and emotions and everything that you want to tie into it.
So can you maybe unpack, give us one track where you unpack what made this part of the Vulnerable Hour? You'll have to get vulnerable right now.
Yeah, I have to. Let's do Mine Still. The reason why I'm doing Mine Still, people call Mine Still Toxic. That's the song that I released that you saw earlier this year. Yes, that's also a part of the EP. I dropped it first because it's what ties in the whole EP. It's the last track of the EP. If you go on any streaming platform right now, you will see that that's the last track, and that's because it's just where the story ends. So I dropped that first and then the EP after, so you could see where it actually started from. So I would choose Mine Still. People call it toxic, but it's Mine Still. And the reason behind me calling it Mine Still is because of the whole, you can call me toxic if you want to, but the whole point is that you're still mine. So the message is you are still mine. The message is not that I'm toxic, but you can call me toxic for it if you want to, but I'm not. You understand?
So essentially, you're broken up with the person,
right?
But you're telling them that you're still that.
Just a minute, because because there was a whole situation when you listen to the track. Is like, okay, I did something I was not supposed to do, but from the track start is accountability. Like, hey, I know that what I did wasn't a mistake. I can't call it a mistake because I was fully aware of what I was doing at the time. And then just on the course of the track is just like, okay, I want to do better. I still want this to work. I still want us to be something. And I don't want that to have to mess up the fact that you would not want to be with me anymore. You know what I mean? So it's like, in my head, this is still what I want. This is still where I want to be. And hopefully we could work towards you still being mine, because in my head, that's what it still is. I'm not here, I'm not there. My focus is still here and making this work. That's what the track is saying. Yes, guys. That's the story that I wanted to tell with Mine Still.
Yeah.
Because it's real. You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people could relate to it.
A lot of people have gone through something similar.
Exactly. So I think is really a nice, and that's why people resonate with it so well. And it did what it did, and it just shoot up, and people just locked into it because it was real. And I try to stay as real as possible with my music, just on a whole. But especially with this project, it's like all the stuff. The reason why I called it the vulnerable hour in the first place is just, those thoughts that you get between 2 and 3 in the morning when the whole world is silent and it's just you and how you feel, and you just feeling comfortable with letting out all the raw, and it's okay and it's safe to communicate all of those things that you didn't want to say during the day when it's just crazy and everything going on. So each track just has those different layers of you just expressing what you usually wouldn't in those different stages.
And how, and maybe I'm gonna tap into like the artist's mind here, but how has that journey been? Because I'm assuming that there's a lot of truth that goes into these tracks, especially when you're talking about the vulnerable hour, that time between 2 and 3 in the morning. So these are real emotions, real thoughts, real people that are connected to these songs, right?
Correct.
So how does it feel to release that vulnerability, your personal vulnerability through music out into the world?
It's always a good release. Like I said, there's a lot of tracks that you guys probably wouldn't hear from me, but I was able to release a lot of how I felt throughout the years through music. Whether it's something that you guys heard or not, I still was able to let that out, even if it was just to be like on a one-on-one therapeutic, aspect.
Yeah.
The vulnerable hour, some stuff are relatable to me, some are not. We're not going to pick and choose which ones are. Not going to say which ones I'm speaking about exactly, but
So some songs or aspects of the songs are facts and other aspects are fiction.
Or more fiction, correct. Yeah. But it's true. It's real. It's something that even though I didn't experience it, the people around me did, or it's just came off of a lot of different things that I've just witnessed and experienced, and is art. Art. To be able to express the things that you just soak in over time, whether it's your problems or someone else's problems.
Yeah.
Even if they don't have an escape, you are the escape.
Yeah.
You could be that escape, because then they would always have something to listen to, something that connects with them. Like, damn, this is really how I feel right now, or this make me feel better. Or I didn't even notice I was feeling like this, or saw this like that until I actually listened to this track and I put myself inside of that. And you wonder why you connect to tracks out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But it's just those things that you just, in your subconscious, are the things that you suppress and the things that you ignore. Yeah, music will find a way to get that out of you, for sure. Yeah. Whether you do music or you don't, it will. Yep, absolutely.
Awesome. So the subject matter of the songs are they're often sort of tied to relationship type of situations?
Correct. So it's a whole love story.
Yeah. The
first song is called Ice Imperial. Ice Imperial is the stage where, and like I say, is stuff that people wouldn't want to speak about. They will always start the love stories like perfect, like, okay.
The Disney version?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like love at first sight. I see you, you see me. We don't have nobody. It's just us. Oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah.
No, this is not what I wanted to do with this. I wanted to just switch it up a bit.
Be more raw.
So Ice Imperial is more so you have somebody, I have somebody, but we want each other, and we just keep saying that we're friends, and we know that we're not friends because we're doing the things that friends don't do and stuff like that. And we both got things to lose, but we still investing inside of this, Yeah. I just wanted to start it off as such a, oh my gosh. So this is not the typical love story, guys. Yeah. I intentionally wanted to do that just to show how vulnerable it could get, like being okay and safe to just express that. Yeah. You know what I mean? The first track is that. The second track is Imperial Rendezvous. Rendezvous is obviously like we give in to all the stuff that we've been talking about, and we actually get intimate and stuff like that. And we have Feels Right. Feels Right is the ultimate high where we just drop everything and like, let's go all in. It's just us. Up to Something is where everything come crashing down, for the name Up to Something.
Yeah.
Like that is just that stage of regret for all the things that you just discovered in the previous track. And then Mine Still. That reconciliation where it's like, okay, break off, but we still want this and we still want to.
So this thing really it is like a book.
It's like a book
Because each track seems like a chapter in the story, and it's going in sequence of how the story unfolds.
Absolutely. And it was very important for me to, like I say, revisit the tracks and add some certain elements, because those elements helped evoke the kind of emotions that I wanted the tracks to. So you would feel that hey, or you would feel when he intimate, or you would feel the longing, or you would feel the regret, you know. Yeah.
Awesome. So now we talking about 2025, but this is gonna give it away. Let's go back to 2001.
Oh gosh, no, we did not just do that. God, this is foul.
So you were born on Sint Maarten, right? Grew up there as well. And so tell us a bit about your influences growing up, and what was life like growing up on the island?
Okay. Your podcast will probably be the first ever podcast in history to hear this. But you know this already because I tell it to you earlier. But I am a twin, guys. I am. Woo, oh my gosh. What? That's the reaction I get every time. What? But so I wasn't born in St. Maarten. I was born in we're born in Guadeloupe because it's a package deal.
Oh, okay.
Because at the time, Sint Maarten just couldn't
handle the twin birth
situation. There was a bunch of things going on. So we went over there. Mom gave birth. We came back and just been living in Sint Maarten ever since.
And how many siblings do you have?
I have 4 siblings. I'm kidding. I have 3 siblings. I just put myself inside that. I was so stupid. I have 3 siblings, guys. Sorry.
Okay, so you're twin and then 2 other siblings.
Do I have? I'm kidding. I do.
or
that was so bad. Oh my god.
Or some of these siblings you're not claiming.
Oh my gosh. Let me stop by. No,
Why?
for real. Let for real.
Because they might watch it too.
Oh yeah, we cutting that.
Okay, we cutting
that. But now I have 3 siblings. And yeah, music has always been a big part of my life. I feel for as long as I could remember, just being around my cousins and stuff. We used to always do the Camp Rock and the Disney Channel, you know, the whole Hannah Montana, all them thing. High School Musical, you name it. We was there popping and locking and dancing and singing. And when I was younger, I used to always I used to print these sheets of lyrics from tracks that are already out. So like Hannah Montana and stuff like that. Change a couple words and be like, wow, I just write like a whole track. Oh my gosh. I used to print that out, take it to my aunt at the time. And, you know, she was always the one fueling and, you know, just nurturing that side of me. You know, I always felt safe going and just showing all those stuff because she just made me feel good about it. You know, it was a good push. Yeah. You know.
And was she also like
musically inclined? I don't think so. For what I could remember, because I was young still. Yeah. I don't think so. But probably, you know, everything is probably connected in some way, shape, or form. Because there had to be a reason why I gravitated so much to her when it came to this side of me and the musical side of me. But then she passed away in 2010.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
So, yeah, when she passed away, that passed away too for a bit. Like, that put the music to rest for a bit, you know, obviously, because that was the go-to. And it didn't have, like, a go-to no more. Not to say my parents and stuff wasn't, like, supportive, but they wasn't really focused on that. You know what I mean? And that's not where I was. No, oh, my gosh.
At the time, you would have been very young still.
Absolutely. And everybody trained, okay, she just probably just dancing, singing real quick and thing. Ain't nothing serious. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I cut down on music for those couple of years. And then I moved to France in 2015. Stayed there for a year, did a year in school up there. And that was my year to collect myself. Figure out what I wanted, because there was no distractions from being in Sint Maarten and being in school and Sint Maarten. You know, that could be very distracting.
Oh, yes.
You know, you wouldn't even find your purpose. Leave it up to being younger. You know?
Oftentimes you just need to leave a bit.
Separate yourself.
To fully understand what it is.
Who you are, what you want to do, what you really want to become. Because everybody wants to become something, but then when you really spend that time with yourself, you get to actually uncover, like discover who you really are and what feels most safe for you, or where you feel safe the most to really just express and be yourself 100%. And music was that for me.
Finding that purpose.
Absolutely. Yeah. So spending that year alone with just me and myself and being away from everything, I started back writing, and I decided, like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to do music full force. Went back to Sint Maarten 2016, went to record a track, and I was like, yeah, this is it. I'm going to release this track, guys, and this is going to be big. I'm going to blow up after this. Like, it's going to be a one-hit straight up.
Yeah.
Drop the track. Nobody ain't listen to it at all. Probably like a couple. Like, yo, I could count on one hand. But nevertheless, we stayed determined. We kept going.
Yeah.
Dropped my second track in 2017, and that's where it took off for me. Build a heavy momentum on Facebook. People were sharing it. People were going crazy. Everybody know me for that track. For who know, Permanent was the track. Who knows. And it's just been up ever since, just trying to stay at it. A lot of obstacles in the way, of course, meeting this person and that person, and they really work out with this or work out with that.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, over the years, I guess stay determined, focus, kept going. Got my own little recording equipment in 2019. Started recording in my room.
Yeah.
Eventually brought people to record as well. People, they had to be still close.
Yeah.
It's my room. It's me for real. And then from there,
your personal space.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then from there we ventured off and got the studio. 2020 was a reset for the whole world. It was a time to be able to sneak in and do something and get something done, because it's like all on pause.
Yeah.
You have that time to do something. So I did that. By 2021, it was up and running, and ever since then, we've been going. Still pushing the music and still in the studio, recording others as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
So how would you say your Caribbean roots have influenced your music?
That's a good question. I don't feel like I sing, or I used to, at least. Like, if you hear my tracks, it would be very US influenced in terms of you not hearing no accent or nothing inside of there.
Yeah.
No, I try slide it in here and there.
Nice.
Like you would hear it. All depends on the kind of mood that the track is, especially if I got a little nice little going into dancehall kind of slow afro, like you would hear it is inevitable.
Yeah.
I still have to stay true to myself, but I just flow with whatever it is. There's no like crazy deep influences. Like, it's crazy. Like, I one of those that you would think, like, when you listen to my music, that, oh, this person and that person I used to listen to a lot, and I probably get influenced from this, and absolutely not. Just disclaimer, guys. I was not one of those that listened to so many music. My friends and them kill me for it, because they be like, you don't know that track? You don't know that? But, yeah.
So you're just always more into creating rather than consuming?
Basically, yes. Yeah. So it always felt authentic. It always felt like Elona, because that's just where it came from, the core.
Yeah.
I mean, we always listen to music. We listen to many different kind of music, but I don't ever like, okay, I want to make something like this, or I want to make something like that. Like, no, whatever flow, just flow.
Flows, yeah. So while you say that the Caribbean influence hasn't deeply influenced the music, but how has your Caribbean roots perhaps influenced your way of doing business in the music industry?
That's a good question. You can ask that question one more last time.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So right now?
Right now.
Okay. So how would you say your Caribbean roots have influenced your way of doing business in the music industry?
Okay, first and foremost, be very raw where we come from. We don't slide for any and anything. So obviously, I'm not even going to lie. It took growth, mentorship, just the way that I would respond. And because at the end of the day, where we come from, we could be a little rough around the edges, So I had to
sometimes a bit too sharp around those edges
too sharp. So I had to just revisit the way that I my responses or the way that I approach people, the things that I say, because no matter how good you are, you will get chopped all the way down and get put on the blacklist just because
your attitude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's still a work in progress, because people who have encountered me, especially if I am very passionate about something that I am doing, it might come off as though I am being quite rough. But it's really just the passion. I just have to know how to translate that in a smoother way. But it also comes from the weight of having to carry everything by yourself, having to figure it all out by yourself. And you're not usually always in a space where people would take that weight off of you. So
and you probably also don't have much people that you can have those conversations with that have the understanding of what it is you're going through.
Exactly.
So whereas in some other kind of regular job, they might have a colleague that they could, they could complain and bitch about the job, but you ain't really got that either.
Yeah. And my friends, even though I do open up to them, I don't open up to them about obviously everything, but especially when I get inside of situations like that, they do understand, the place that I'm coming from. But hey, by all means, put me in check. Because I always need to get put in check. I don't get upset about it. I'll take my wrong, obviously. Because at the end of the day, still gotta have respect for everybody around you, because everybody around you for a reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're not going to take stupidness. We know where we come from. We people don't take stupidness, so we always try to
pull a fast one over you.
Yeah, So I do have a lot of grace to certain situations and certain things that happen, or the way people approach me for this, that, and the thought. I try to remain as humble as possible, because where we come from, you gotta remain humble no matter how great you are at what you do, because not being humble could spoil a lot of things for you.
Oh yeah.
It's okay to be confident in who you are as a person, but don't ever lose the respect that you would have for others because of that. So I try to always just stick to those things. Like I say, it's always a work in progress. We all are work in progress. When it comes to music, I get really touchy. So just this a little disclaimer.
Well, also because there's a lot of your personal essence that is in the music.
So it's me. You mess with my music, you mess with me.
Yeah,
You break my music, you break me. Because that's who I am, and that's all that I am. And that's my choice, So if you come and just come correct, that's all I'm saying.
Because come with that same grace and
yeah, but it's all love.
So just now in your answer, you mentioned about that you had mentors, and I could assume that maybe one of your earliest mentors was your aunt. A person that you could go to and get that initial advice from and guidance, etc. But could you mention some of the mentors that you had on your journey, and what were the specific things that they taught you that you use in your career today?
Okay, so we will do Des. My boy Des. Des is actually not only an amazing mentor, he's an amazing friend. He have my back for as long as we know each other. That's since 2017. So let me just backtrack a little bit. In 2017, I was in school. At
France?
the time, no, in Sint Maarten.
Okay.
And at the time, 2017, my bad. Let's backtrack to 2018. I was releasing music at a time, obviously, and at the time I was using TuneCore. TuneCore is a distribution platform.
Familiar.
Yeah. So I in school one day, and I just logged in.
To Apple Music, Spotify, Deezer, all of them.
Everywhere. That was my go-to at the time. And one day I logged in when I was in school, in class. And I saw that I had over $300. I was like, what? At that age, it's like, oh my gosh, I make all that money. I was like, okay. I got into the States. That was it. And me and Des was talking. We met over Instagram. He posted a beat up, and I reached out to him. I was like, hey, if I do something nice on this beat, you gotta fly me out. And he was like, okay, no problem. I fly myself up. Doesn't fly me up. But we went back and forth and was like, okay, this happened. He didn't fly me out, but he was there at that airport.
So at this time you're 17.
I am 17 years old, and my mother and father was okay with letting me go in a whole other country that they never been with me.
Yeah.
I am underage, and I'm going to see somebody that they do not know.
Off the internet.
Off the internet, you know? So that alone just felt like, wow, you guys trust me. It's only right for me to go do what I gotta do and come back, and I've been doing that ever since.
Because where he was?
He was in LA at the time. He lived in LA.
So you went all the way so you had never been to the States
Never
before?
been to the States before.
And all the way to the other side of the
all
States.
the way. That's
wow.
so you know that's a couple layovers to get there. Like, you know, direct flight going to LA. And they trusted that, but he was there. He picked me up at the airport. He took me to his house. This man never met me a day in his life. He let me inside of his house. He left and went on a couple days vacation with his family and left me in his house. I could have take everything and go back home. But you know, when it's supposed to be, it just fall in place and it feel right, and that's what it felt. It felt right, and it felt right from then up until now. Everywhere Des moved in the States, I was there. When Des went Dallas, I was Dallas. He went Nashville, I was Nashville. So he helped me see a lot of different places and just experience a lot of different things as well. What he really helped me with the most, I would say, is the way that I approach conversations, the way that I speak, even how I would structure my emails, you know, having that little paragraph in there.
So a lot of aspects of like the business side of things that he really taught you.
Yes, because he was more on that side, even with what he was doing at the time. So it definitely helped. Obviously, you see somebody doing something and it could be done better, he pulled me up. You know, anytime I would have to send emails, I would have to send it to him first, and he would send me back the right way to do it. You know, he would always correct me and refine. And now I know that I reached that point where I cool and I chilling, because he don't do that no more. He just be like, oh, good job. Quick. You know, he don't have to clean it up no more. And now I pass it on to the people around me. You know, I tell them this is the way to do it. Or sometimes I put, like, it's just natural for me to just help in a way that I was helped. You know, just pass it on. And you know, my girls them could attest to that. Like, I'd be like, okay, send me that, let me try fix that up and write that in a different way, and then send it to you. And then eventually they would just pick up and they would just keep going. But yeah, Des definitely helped in that area. Des produced one of my biggest tracks that touched over 60,000 streams. Want You was all this. That's a fan favorite. That's the one I performed to. All that is when I had the crowd singing over. That's it right there. That's the one that'll take everybody in.
That one had people going crazy, boy.
Oh yeah. That's all this. That was me and Des in Dallas. We just went crazy and just did something. It was like, all right, let me drop it.
Yeah. Awesome.
So yeah, I would definitely say that's one, if not my only at the time. But then there's also the people around me that help in different ways, even though I don't can't like put a big name on it. But those little things that help into just tying me in and keeping me in check.
Just unpack like one of those things. Not necessarily who, but just one of those aspects.
I would say one of the biggest things for me was one of my friends telling me, get up and go on stages. Like, don't wait for nobody to come to you, but go. Yeah. You know, shout out to Sean one time too for being one of those that told me to just go. Yeah. I could just,
Because you also organized a couple like events and stuff where you performed as well, right?
So there's where it starts. So it started with me doing my own first event at Axamar Cafe. That was beginning 2024. That was beginning last year. That was my first ever live band, performing with a live band. People coming there to just see me. I had to cater to them for 2 hours worth of music. So it was nerve-wracking. I was scared, but we did it, you know.
Awesome.
and we packed the room, and that from that moment it was just up from there. Just wanted it more again. I went and I performed at Walichi Festival. Then after that, I performed at Gastronomy Festival. I performed Heineken Regatta. I went and put my own show together with me and 3 other amazing, talented female artists from Sint Maarten. We sell out the place. Everybody came and support.
Who were those?
It was Mags, artist named Mags. Our next artist named Sasha, and Tamilia. Tamilia Chance.
Yeah.
Yes, Tamilia Chance, Sasha Mussington, and Max.
But they're all from the French side? Because Tamilia is from the French side, right? Okay.
All from the French side. And we went and we put on a show, and it was nice, and the people enjoyed it, and everybody came out and supported. The funds went to us individually, everybody getting something to be able to put towards the music or whatever project they was working on at the time. That was the goal I had in mind when I wanted to do it, and it worked. Even though it had obstacles and it had a lot of me breaking down. Obviously, when I just spontaneously just wake up and just be like, oh, I want to do this. I just want to put on a show. So let we go. We have 2 months and we're going to figure it out, figure out the radios, figure out the sponsorships, everything. But when you see the outcome and you see everybody come out and just deal and just clapping and happy to see you perform for them, it just makes sense. It makes it all worth it.
Yeah.
So,
awesome.
So definitely just that, because that little piece of somebody telling me, Elona, just go for it and don't wait, just went from that to being on 4-5 different stages, big stages at that, and even doing our own shows and putting them together, and even getting to come up here and perform earlier this year. That was an investment that I needed to make in myself, because Sint Maarten was inside that. There's Sint Maarteners that didn't know us Sint Maarten. They did not know me. They didn't know me.
Well, I didn't.
A lot of them in there. A lot of them in there. A few I knew. Yeah. And I know that they know the music, but a lot discovered me at that point.
Yeah.
And because that trip.
And oftentimes there's also, because we don't have like really structured sort of international media outlets, the gaps in the generations make it that I wouldn't quickly know what you guys are up to. You guys wouldn't quickly know what we are up to. And even though we might be doing awesome things in our separate little pockets, it would be even more amazing if we could also collaborate and do stuff together.
Absolutely.
And we need to create a lot more of that in order for everyone to grow.
Correct.
Yeah. Awesome. So if we're gonna go back in time a little bit again, not that far.
Okay.
But we're gonna look at 18-year-old Elona.
Okay.
Right. And even though there's still many things to discover on the journey, still lots to do, but I can imagine that in the past 6 years, there's already so much that has been done, and so much growth that has taken place. What advice would you give 18-year-old Elona? I
would be real as I would want anybody to be with me, and just say, you are going to fall. You are going to fail. They are going to say no. It's not always going to work out the way that you want it to, but that don't mean that it's not working. You just have to remain consistent. Just stay focused. Keep going. You know who you are. You know what you are capable of. You know what you can become. Just stay focused and don't ever lose sight of how great you are. That's what I would tell myself.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
That was good. Yeah, boy. Bye, yeah.
That was very good. That was deep.
Yeah, because all the artists coming up now, just like Away coming up, all of us coming up together.
Yeah.
And we always feel like it gonna work. It's going to work, but just not in a way that you expect it to work sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes this whole image that you have or the picture that you paint that you think is going to be is something completely opposite.
Yeah.
But I don't mean that you're still not doing what you're supposed to do. it's just not going to be the way that you want it to be. And you got to be okay with all those obstacles and all those setbacks that are going to come, because nothing good come easy.
Yeah, nothing good come easy.
At all. But yeah.
Awesome, man.
Life.
Is there any other advice that you would want to give to artists coming up now, to those already established, or a shout out, any closing words, so to speak?
You know, home is home. We have amazing talent, crazy, phenomenal talent on that island. And I just want to tell every single artist coming out to Sint Maarten, just keep going. You are great at what you do in the lane that you are in, and nobody else is in that lane but you, you know? So just stay at it, stick to yourself, stick to your artistry. Don't lose sight of who you are and how important the people around you were and will always be, you know? Just be real with yourself. Always take accountability for all the actions, whether good or bad. You could fall at any time, you know? So just always remember to just have a lot of grace. a lot, because it's not easy.
Yep.
It's a rough battle between hoping that people understand how much you actually worth, and you not forgetting how much you worth. You know, that thin line there, we just got to understand that we got to make them believe in us. Only we could do that. So we just got to stay focused, stay at what we're doing. Yeah, we are going to reach where we're supposed to reach. Whether together or not, we're going to make it. Because at the end of the day, we're just back in one place. And that's home.
Yep.
You know? But yeah, y'all stay focused. Keep pushing. Tell me the scene. They talking to myself too. Stay focused. And
you got to put this one on repeat in those dark times.
Yeah, because it'll get hard.
Sometimes in the vulnerable hour where we maybe not thinking about relationship, but we thinking about that career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We
vulnerability in all different aspects, you know. We can crave, fellas. We can cry and we can break down and we can feel to stop. We ain't gonna want to go no more, but just keep going. That's what you got. Keep going. The fact that you're breaking, the fact that you are so connected with something is because the connection was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
You're not attracted to something.
Plan.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's impossible for you to be so attracted and so connected to something that is not supposed to be. It is supposed to be. The only reason you want it is because it already is. I always say this, everybody who know me, you go on anything that I have, I always stick to this one quote my whole life, and it's that what you want is already yours. The only reason that you want it is because it is already yours. Yeah. Just gotta go and keep going and just get it, you know, no matter how long it takes. We got this. Love all our bad. Yeah, boy.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you got into a space there, man.
Bye.
So we
is
wrapping up.
Is that steak?
Is that steak? Is that why you, man? Is that Mozart?
Is that Mozart?
Mozart steak.
Bye.
But so let the people know where they can find you. Definitely where they can find the EP, because you guys got to go and stream the hell out of that.
Absolutely.
I'm about to add it here to the general playlist.
Let's go.
I think Come Over on my playlist them have at least hit about the 200 streams since we met, because it's in one of the top playlists that gets played every day.
Come Over is my joint, and I ain't just saying I gotta make track. But yeah, you guys can find me.
My kids even be singing it
Stop
now because
it just you have to stick.
It just is flowing. There's a certain set of tracks.
Yeah,
that is a smooth playlist, because you know, as I get older, I was a hip hop head.
Okay,
but definitely around my kids, I can't be playing. Nah. So there's the smoother stuff, and the smoother stuff, you know, is just nice vibes.
Right.
And Come Over in there. I forget in the other song. There's 2 songs in there. Oh no, want you is it? Yeah.
It's Want You, right?
It's come over and want you. Yeah.
It gotta be Want You, especially after that performance.
Yeah,
that's a tune.
yeah, both of them
Ain't
in
no?
there. Yeah.
There's we got one, we got next one in the camp. Let's go.
Back to back.
Let's go. So yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram at Elona Official. You find all my music on all streaming platforms. Just type in Elona and type in a favorite track or wherever you hear. But yeah, go and stream my EP. The Vulnerable Hour is out now on all streaming platforms. You just go vibe to it, listen to the story. You can have tracks that you like, tracks that you don't, but the ones that you don't, just pass down to a friend because they might like it, you know?
True.
You know? So thank you guys for even sitting on and watching the whole interview. Thanks for the support over all of yours, because, you know, it helps just to see you guys supporting. It definitely helps, gives that extra push. And yeah, appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thanks for listening.
Awesome.
And go and stream the music. Stream it.
So you heard it one last time. Go check it out. The Vulnerable Hour, the EP, debut EP on all streaming platforms. I'm definitely going to be adding it right now, and we're going to be blazing that in the ride as we leave.
Let's go.
And please like and subscribe. You know the drill. Thanks again for watching. Thanks for listening. And we're out. It's been another amazing episode. Thanks, Elona.
Peace.
Thank you. Bless.